Mr. Wilson, you were hired regularly in 1949 to perform live singing commercials on TV.
In college, my brother and I did anything we needed to do to make a living. When my father dropped us off in 1946 at Trailer Village on the University of Houston campus, by the way, there were Army surplus house trailers. It was right after World War II. And there was no bathroom. The bathroom was a block and a half away. But anyway, I'll never forget what he said when he dropped us off. He said, "Boys, here's $50 each. And whenever you boys need anything, whatever you need, just call me up on the phone. Call me up on the phone when you have something that you need, and I'll explain how you can get by without it." He believed in self-reliance, so he purposely meant to drop us in Houston, Texas, and let us scuttle for ourselves, which we did. We got jobs doing everything you can imagine, including performing, singing commercials on TV. There was only one TV channel in Houston at the time, and there was no network. It was Channel 2. It was called KLEE at the time. No network. Everything was live because videotapes had not been invented. So every commercial was live, every program was live. So there was a program called, it was a sports program. And we didn't have the Astros. At the time we had the Houston Buffaloes, which was a farm team for St. Louis. So during this program, the 30-minute program, Jack and I would perform 3 singing commercials. And it was for a men's store in downtown Houston called Mosk's. Mosk's Store for Men. And I remember one commercial was about nylon shirts. Nylon shirts had just been invented. So it was the first shirt that you didn't have to iron. It was wash and wear. So the commercial went something like this. "You wash so easily, you dry and just like 1, 2, 3. It's magic." That's the only part of the commercial I remember. But anyway, the first time we did it, we arrived about the time that the show started. The studio was in a very unimpressive place on Post Oak Boulevard, except it wasn't a boulevard, it was a blacktop road with open ditches. And it was in a Quonset hut. That's where the studio was. And there were no dressing rooms. There was a men's room and a ladies' room, very small, but at the other end of the Quonset hut from the studio. So the next time we were to perform, we arrived 20 minutes early. Well, there was another program going on at the time. It was called Fashions in Motion. It was sponsored by Battlestein's department store in downtown Houston. Fashions in Motion. And what it was a style show. It was a televised style show. Well, we quickly noticed that when the models who were performing in the style show got off camera, they would immediately strip down to their underwear. And this is in the 1940s, so you can imagine how risque that was. So from that time on, the Wilson brothers always arrived early for the program. In fact, we arrived an hour early so that we could watch all of these beautiful models strip off their clothes in the studio.